have a big one for you hardcore fight fans this Saturday live from Phoenix, Arizona. Juan Francisco Estrada takes on the hot kid on the block. I was going to say new kicker, but he's been around for a couple of years now. Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez. Let's welcome in Barry Jones and Darren Barker. Look at the smile on this man's face because he is going to Arizona to cover this one. And I know you've been a big fan of both. This is our hardcore fans. And look, some casual fans are going to tune in because they love this as well, but for hardcore boxing fans, it doesn't get much better than this, does it?
No, this is the holy grail of fights for if you're looking for everything that you want in a fight. Because there's power, speed, technical ability, durability. You know, there's guts. Everything you can think of, this ticks all the boxes, and it will deliver. I mean, I can't say it won't. It will deliver.
Both have delivered, right? I mean, this is the case of both going into this fight off the back of delivering. Bam Rodriguez has delivered of recent, right? Sonny Edwards, and we'll get to Sonny, who fights in this card in a moment. Francisco Estrada has delivered for years against everyone in the lower weight classes. This is a case of the best of the old generation against the best of the new, younger generation. What generation is better, Daz?
Incredible. Look, I think one of the words that Barry missed out there was pride. There's a lot of pride at stake here, especially for Estrada. He feels like he almost, I know he's been out the ring a year and a half, but like he's the forgotten man. Look, he believes he's got another 4 years in this sport. People are saying, look, he may be past it. That is rubbish. This man is a machine. He's training at altitude in Mexico. He's living the life.
But we haven't seen him in the ring for a long time. I mean, let's remove 2023 because he didn't fight. And now as we approach July of 2024, this is his first fight this year. He's been out of the ring for over 18 months. 18 months.
Yeah, and that's a problem for anyone. Certainly at the age he is, that's going to be a real problem. But his career has been stellar. Let's not forget, this was a flyweight who moved down to light fly to challenge Roman Gonzalez. Now at that point, Estrada was a good fighter. I think he won some tournament in Mexico on Mexican TV, but no one in the States really knew who he was back then. Let's be honest. Well, he's based mainly in America now, most of his fights take place. But he went. But Gonzalez, Chocolatito, was already established as a really good light flyweight. He went down, but he got beat. But he boxed so well that they gave him the Brian Valoria fight, which he then won at flyweight, and that's when the dominance started. That's when he started to take over. That's when he started to look. We seen how brilliant he was as a champion. Beating Rungvisai, Quadras. By the way, Rungvisai, Quadras, Estrada, and Gonzalez are the 4 greats of their generation around that weight.
And you know what's very interesting about the 4 greats? Jesse's ticked off 2 already.
Mad.
He's ticked off Rungvisai and he's ticked off Quadras.
Estrada's is the only one of the like Roman Gonzalez. I think is the greatest fighter, one of the greatest of all time, but Estrada is the only one of those 4 who has a win over everyone.
Yeah.
Out of the 3, it's only now with the emergence of Bam Rodriguez, which makes him a 5 or a quartet all of a sudden. Can he beat the young, not young pretender because he's a young established champion? Can he beat Bam and be the only one to beat everyone?
How special is Bam? You know, we like to get excited, don't we, when we see fighters come through and do what he's done. He did it against, as you say, Rungvisai. He did it against Quadras. He did it against our very own Sonny Edwards. And at stages and parts in that fight, towards the end, he made it look pretty easy against Sonny towards the end. How good is Jesse Bam Rodriguez?
As good as they come. He's exceptional.
Pound for pounder?
He's without doubt.
Top 10 pound for pounder. He
Look,
both of your top 10 pound for
he
pounds.
needs more dance partners, but he's there. He's that good. I mean, technically, he's on point. There is nothing that you can't like about this man. We talk about exits. Barry and myself talk about it a lot when you throw shots, but only the good southpaws do it, but they move to the right after they've thrown shots. He does it so subtle, with such ease, and he punches so hard, so fast. He's brilliant. I mean, I could wax lyrical so much about Bam. I really could. I think Estrada, though, this is tough. This is a man that believes this is my division. Though Bam has reigned supreme in the super flyweight division, he believes he's the man. I'm the man. He's coming up. I'm going to be too big, too strong. There's that Mexican pride that he's bringing into this fight. Though, yes, he's been out the ring a year and a half. I think in some ways it might have helped contain him, preserve him, possibly, if you like, in some ways. Training hard. He said he's not been out of the gym. He truly believes he's just got too much. He's not disrespecting Bam, but he believes, and I can see it in his eyes when he talks, that he's going to win this fight.
Yeah, what we have seen of recent as well is some fantastic clips going out of Chocolatito and Bam Rodriguez sparring. I'm like, can you just release the whole sparring footage? Can we please? I don't normally like to talk about sparring because it's sparring, right? You never know where each fighter is in their preparation for a fight. But, I mean, you don't get better preparation for Estrada than Chocolatito.
No, you don't, because and he knows Estrada so well, because they've boxed 3 times, so he'll be able to give him some pointers, that's for sure. But with Gonzalez, what he does goes so well, Rodriguez, is he moves on the tigers, as we say. But when you're young, especially when you're young, you move around too fast, which means you can fire it again, but there's no weight on your shots. He gets it perfect, where he throws hard, he moves tremendously well, so he's out the distance, but he gets enough weight on his shots to hurt you on the second phase. That's so difficult to do, especially for a young man. He does it well, but against someone like Estrada, who's the master of going first and third, he can come forward, make you miss, make you pay. He's just as effective going back with speed and power as he is going forward to make you miss when moving back and counter off you. And that's something I don't think, even though we thought Sonny could do that against Bam and he couldn't. But I think Estrada, it's going to sound weird, is technically probably more sound than Sonny. Sonny's more of a maverick fighter. So I think he's going to have more problems, Bam, in this fight than he had against Sonny Edwards.
I'm certainly not looking past Estrada, because I think Estrada, again, as you both have said, you're talking about a generational talent here. But I stalk Bam. I look at his Instagram all the time. I do. I follow him a lot. And I think he's a very, very big guy that shrinks into the weight class.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, and again, this is not me overlooking Estrada, because we know there's an issue there, about the jump through the weights eventually. Bantamweight, maybe super bantamweight. I'm already looking for those big super fights. Not that he doesn't have one on Saturday, but I'm already chasing another big one. You know where I'm going.
You're thinking a new way.
You know where I'm going. You know where I'm going.
But look, he's got the frame. He can definitely do it. He does put on some weight. I think naturally that he can, but a very unassuming man outside the ring, and that's usually what some of the special fighters are.
So is Inoue.
So is Inoue,
quiet outside the ring,
we've all seen the picture of him outside the shops with his shopping bags.
No one even recognises them, but when they're in the ring, they deliver. All right, predictions. Let's go down the line. Daz, where are you going? Estrada or Bam Rodriguez?
Look, I'm so intrigued to see how it plays out early, but I'm going to go Bam. I just think Bam will find a way.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm really going on the ledge here, and I feel it's sort of disrespectful to say this, but I'm going to go Bam with a late stoppage.
Stoppage?
Yeah, I do. I just think, with the inactivity of Estrada, and I just think Bam will make a statement. It'll be a massive statement. It will, and one of the best wins we've seen for such a long time. But I think the fact that Estrada will give it his all, as we've seen. I think at some point the power of Bam Rodriguez, which is real. It really is. I think it gets him late.
Very quickly, before we wrap up, there is a Brit on the card as well, Sonny Edwards, and Ramla Ali's on the card as well, but Sonny Edwards takes on Adrian Carrillo. Great fight. Both of them need wins. Obviously, Nishinga beat Carrillo. Sonny Edwards got beat by Bam Rodriguez. So it's, I wouldn't say a must win for both, but it's a must not look bad and get a performance.
No, I believe it is a must win.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think they've got to win. We're seeing it now. Winner stays on. I think it's about looking good, yes, and if you do lose, the manner of defeat, you don't want to be knocked out. You want to leave it all in the ring. But I feel that they've got to win. I think pressure is on. They've got to look good. They've got to win.
A bit quieter from Sonny. Normally we're used to Sonny going crazy over social media. He's reined that in, which tells me he's a bit more focused on this one, knowing, as you say, he's got to win.
Yeah, and this is a dangerous fight. Carrillo, who's, by the way, he knocked out Nishinga in the first fight they boxed, but in the second fight, he was winning up until 8 rounds. He was dominant up until 8 rounds, and he just got caught with a shot, and Nishinga finished him off in a few rounds later. So this is a dangerous fight for Sonny, where if he's not on point, if he's lacked a bit of confidence, this might be a banana skin for him. But I do think he will prevail, he will get the win, and he'll move on.
There you go. Don't say we don't look after you hardcore boxing fans, because we do have something very, very special coming your way Saturday, live on DAZN from Phoenix, Arizona. Is it going to be the hotshot kid, Jesse Bam Rodriguez, or is Juan Francisco Estrada going to remind us he still is the man in the super flyweight division? Make sure you tune in live on DAZN this Saturday.
Giving boxing exactly what he needs. The best be the best. Estrada's a huge star, risking it all. You talk about pound for pound great fighters, Bam Rodriguez.
Once we're in that ring, there's no respect.
This kid is super special.
From here on out, it's just big fight after big fight. I can't wait to put on the show.
A fight of the year contender written all over it.